right, mate. Today we got a #1 podcast in U13 hockey in southern New Brunswick. It's called the Bob Pod, featuring your host, Dan Bobski.
Welcome to the Bob Pod, episode 14. This is the worst podcast on the internet. There used to be an Irish guy that I used to follow that used to be a soccer fan that followed NHL stuff. He used to always say that. Welcome to the worst YouTube channel on the internet. This one's going to be right up there with it. We are looking at, I think it's week 7. I get these weeks mixed up. But they do break it up into weeks on the page. I've been doing very much like I did it last year. Or last week, I'm sorry. I'm just going to kind of do it as I talk to you instead of really doing any prep work here. So again, if you like this format, this is the easiest way to do it. It's simple, you know what I mean? So let me just find the week we're on. I think we're calling this week 7, so it must have been December 1st. So we're covering week 6. There's only 4 games in our division. Sussex played Hampton, and I live streamed that one. For some amazing reason, there's over 300 viewers on that. I can't even comprehend. That was the worst game of hockey I ever witnessed. It was so boring. There's a 0-0 tie up to the last 3 seconds of the game. Just nothing happening. Both teams looked flat as anything. Nate Adair, who was our affiliate for us, filling in for Jay, he's the one who finally broke the scoreless drought here. Sawyer Tremblett put it up to him. He was right on the doorstep, was able to get it over the goalie, got the win for us. But that was a snoozer. Not much else to report on that one. Again, the only thing I find shocking about that is literally how many viewers we have on that one, because she was a tough old grind, even from my standpoint. I'm just setting things up here. So the other games we had, Lancaster had the exact opposite. Lancaster came out on fire. They played the Eagles. The final score in that game was 9-3. Let's go through some of the scoring here. It looks like the Eagles scored first period at 10:45. Number 4 scored. Oh yeah, the Eagles are the ones that don't put it in order. Emmett McHatton, and he was assisted by that Parker Luffman. Again, he stands out to me. He does really well. Oh, I got this all wrong. I'm looking at it all wrong. Drew McHatton scored the goal. Drew McHatton, assisted by Emmett McHatton and Parker Luffman. So that was the first goal of the game. And then we go over to the flip side. So it's 1-0 for the Eagles right now. So then Lancaster comes back. The first goal scorer there was Jackson Parsons. And it was assisted by number 17, which is Rowan Black here. And then the next goal, the exact same, that those two matched up again. So right now it is 2-1 for Lancaster. And then these two goals are pretty close together. But Rowan scored. So Rowan's all over this thing. Rowan Black here scores. And that one is assisted by, it says number 3, but there is no number 3. There's a number 13, Jake Gritton. So let's assume it was Jake by the scoreboard. I always find that funny. Is quite often you'll see a score or an assist with a number that's not even on the roster. I don't know. I don't know. It must be the referee reports to the guy in the box, and the box guy is like, I don't know, just writes down a number. So it's 3-1 at this point. The Eagles come back. Same goal scorer. It's Emmett McHatton it's Drew McHatton from Emmett McHatton. This time also Gabriel Colt Barabo is the other assist on that. So now it's 3-2. So it's still a close game in the first period. And actually they tied it up in the first period. It is a goal from number 14, Finn Collins, and assisted by Oliver Oliver Carter. Okay, so we have a 3-3 hockey game at that point. Very reasonable game at the end of the first. And then Lancaster just takes over. So Lancaster scores 6 goals. The final score, 9-3. But we'll give credit to the guys who scored here. Armani Stevenson, he went out, he got the goal. It was assisted by Rowan Black here. This is his 4th point in a row. And Jackson Vaughn. The next goal scorer is number 7, Ian Moffat, unassisted. And then Tucker Godden, assisted by Ian Moffat. And it looks like Tanner Fulton. Then Tucker Godden again, unassisted. And then Tucker Godden again for the hat trick. And this is from Maddox McDonough and Ian Moffat. And then the last goal is from Maddox McDonough, and it is assisted by Tucker Godden. So yeah, the boys started rolling and going. 9-3, big win. So that's half the week, honestly. We had some exhibition games. We had a good exhibition game with Louisville. What was the final score on that? I think it was 3-2. We went up to the K Arena. Nolan was in net. It looks like a bad 5-hole goal, but it was actually tipped slightly by his defenseman right before it got there. And it went 5-hole. And then the next one got roofed in on him. Emmett got a goal. No, Cooper Gregg got the first goal. Then Emmett goes down. He kind of flubs on the shot, but then ends up behind the net, throws it. It goes off the skate and into the net. And then Wes Tabor did the same thing, kind of went behind and put it off the leg into the goalie. So that was our exhibition game. We won that 3-2 against Louisville. Louisville was sitting at the second number 2 spot for most of the week in their league. They dropped into number 3 when we played them. So they're kind of in the same spot as we are ranking-wise. All right, let's see what the next game here is. The next 2 games come from the Outlanders. That one's on the 29th. This one's on the 30th. Okay, let's go with that one. So we have the Ice Dogs versus the Outlanders. Quite a few penalties on the Outlanders here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 penalties on the Outlanders, and one of them is a 4-minute. And the other side, they got 3. So I'd say penalties played a part in this. So in the first period, number 11, Weston Garsh, and he was assisted by Ben Reynolds and Owen Madden. And then there's another goal early in the second period, and it is Quinn Fullerton, and it came from Sidney Pierce and Lucas Lettner. So, yeah, there's the battle for first place, really. The Outlanders were in first because they didn't have a loss on the record. Ice Dogs have that one loss to us. Again, that was a penalty-ridden game as well. So I could see them having a reason for it. It was a 5-1 win, though, so Sussex was rolling in that one. But yeah, so that's how that game went. That one was from November 29th. So let's go to the other game that was an actual regular season game. And this was Oromocto again, who just came off the thrashing there from the Lancaster team. This game way more reasonable, 4-5 final for the Outlanders. Poor Eagles just can't get out of the gate. I don't think they're... I have to preface it every time I talk about them to say I don't think they're a bad team. But, man, they cannot buy a win for the life of them. For as good as they are to not be able to get a win, I find it just shocking. They did beat Hampton in the tournament, in the Ted McKnight tournament, but it's not on their record, his regular season record. I'm assuming once everything gets reset after Christmas, we're going to see a whole different season out of them. But let's start us off here in the first period at the 6:56 mark. Looks like number 15, Jace Blythe. A lot of scribbling on this game sheet. So Blythe with an unassisted goal puts up the Outlanders 1-0. Moments later, seconds later, so what was it, 20 seconds later, Blythe with another goal. This time it's assisted by Connor Desjardins. And then we go to the other side. Oromocto answers back. Number 9. I wish Oromocto would keep their things in order. Drew McCatton. Drew McCatton, good little player. He's all over these scoreboards. So number 9, Drew McCatton, unassisted. Then Finn Collins. And that one is assisted by number 22, Reese Barker. And then we go into the second period. Oromocto actually had the lead in this game. So Oromocto was up. Drew McCatton again. They're leading 3-2. And that's the only goal of the second period. And then starting the third period for the hat trick, Jace Blythe once again assisted from Connor Desjardins. So it's a 3-3 game. Oromocto takes the lead again. Oromocto unassisted, and it is Emmett McCatton. So the other McCatton scores unassisted to take the lead. We get down to the dying minutes here. 2 minutes and 55 seconds left of the hockey game. And number 15, Chase Blythe. Chase Blythe with his 4th goal unassisted. Wow, he's having a game. Ties the game up. And then the hero, the game winner, comes from Connor Desjardins. And that's it. Oromocto takes it. So that's the regular season. Yesterday we had an exhibition game against KV. 3-1. I think it was 3-1. Nolan wasn't in net. It's on the stream. Trying to think. I know Margaret Marr had a nice goal. It was kind of just like off the mask, shoulder area. And geez, I can't think off the top of my head who got those ones. I know Cooper Gregg had the goal for the Sussex team. So that was that. There's also a tournament that was going on up in Dieppe. Hampton was in it. They lost in the semifinal. I know Edmundston, who was also in our league, was in it, but I don't have any kind of... I don't know what they did. So let's take that to our standings and see where we're at. Scores first, just to make sure. You always got to check the scores because you got to see if they... which games they uploaded or which games they didn't, and then you have to adjust it. Sorry here for the dead air. This is weird. Oromocto Outlanders. Yeah, they got that. They have the Ice Dogs. So it looks like everything's up to date. So I should be able to just tell you the standings. So the standings here, as of today, which is Monday, December 1st, Outlanders have a record of 7 wins, 1 loss, and 2 ties. The Ice Dogs with a record of 6-1, 6 wins, 1 loss. We're still sitting pretty here with 3rd place, Sussex, 5 wins, 3 losses. Lancaster right behind us with 5 wins, 4 losses. KV are 3-3-2. We don't have a win over KV this season. We haven't played them regular season yet, but we've lost to them twice in the tournament. We've lost to them preseason. So KV down there in 5th place, but again, even league. Edmundston 3-6-1. Hampton 2-4-3, and Oromocto 0-9. So that's where we're at for the standing and our schedule coming up for this week. What we have on the docket. All of a sudden my internet sucks. Games to come this week is a spinny wheelie thingy. I don't know. This is dead air at this point. But we've had quite a few slow weeks here. Here we go. We finally got it. So Saturday, there's nothing all week. Saturday, Lancaster plays the Ice Dogs at the York Arena at 3:45. Then at 4:45, the Outlanders play Sussex Rangers. That's December 13th. That's not this week at all. Is that the next time we all play hockey? Why such a gap here? I guess it's just because of tournaments and things. So we're looking at a lot of time off here. No hockey for a week. I guess everybody's going to be at tournaments. Speaking of tournaments, if I can sell you on something, if you aren't doing anything December 6th, I was putting together a tournament down in St. Martin's. It was $20 a player, but I've had to break it up and switch it all around. It's going to be a 3-on-3, 2-line tournament right now because I just keep losing players. People keep scheduling practices and exhibition games, Christmas parties, etc., etc. So I've had to move it around quite a bit. So I have some people playing half the day, they're leaving. I'm sticking with a 3-on-3 tournament after that. So I got $10 half tournament, $20 full tournament. But if you're just looking to get out and have probably 2 hours of good skating 3-on-3 hockey, like, come on out, give me a shout. We'll definitely fit you in. So Dan Anderson on Facebook, Dan Bobski on Facebook, either one works. And we'll fit you in there, get your kid in there if you're just looking for some skating. The whole tournament takes place between noon and 4:30 on Saturday the 6th. All right. Thanks a lot for tuning in to what was a pretty sloppy podcast, but I figured I better get something out there to you. So thanks so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for sending me the game sheets just so I can tell you what's going on. Big games there by Jace Blythe. Drew McHatton, you seem to be the stars of the week. Cooper Gregg, I would say, is the star for us for the week. He seems to be scoring consistently. Nate Adair stole a win for us, so I should give him a pat on the back too. But thanks everybody for tuning in, and kids, we'll keep your sticks on the ice, as Red Green would say. See you later. Along the boards, 17 seconds left of the game. Sawyer battling. James on his stick. Held up, loose puck, Nate Adair. Nate Adair scored! 5 seconds, our affiliate. Nice play over from Cooper. Cooper shoots. Nice shot by Cooper Gregg. The front shot, 5-hole. Goal, Emmett! Put it off the skate blade. He had a... Goal, West Haber? Just slipped it in there. Let your guy shoot. Big wind up there by the point man. Doesn't let it get it off. Nice roof shot. Who's that? Sawyer loses it, Sam Flazier, backhand, goal, Sam Flazier. Borgie shoots it in. Kind of bad play there by the defenseman, put it onto the stick of Carl Augustine, who's able to put it in. Over for Cooper, Cooper gets possession, shoots, scores. Cooper has such good hands. Pond with it. Margaret. Shot, goal. Beauty shot by Margaret. Just gets in beside the helmet and